Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Pacific FC versus York United. Let's get into this one somewhere here. Alright, so this is a chance. Ball comes in, everything here seems okay because everywhere is well protected, except this gap that's here. I don't like that. But if they would force them back, it's okay. But let's watch what happens. Yeah, so he turns, he kicks it out. And then it's one of those things whereby it's very unlikely you score, but you just listen. When a ball sets itself up like that, you just want to hit it. Like if you're very far away from goal, but just the way the ball, because I know that he didn't intend to trap it like that, but just the way it falls for him, it just says hit me as hard as you can. But now, as I've said many times, shooting and scoring anywhere from here is very unlikely. Scoring from here is very unlikely. But what's very likely is for you to score on a rebound. Not just a rebound, a deflection, deflection, block, something. It's the likelihood is higher. And this is one of the things that comes from long shots. Even a failed long shot can lead to something like this. And here, this keeper just forces him. I don't know, no, the keeper doesn't force him wide. I think he just doesn't realize the space he has here, because he has so much space to score, and then he chooses the most difficult option, which is this. Yeah, he could have gone for the other post. He chose the most difficult option in that particular chance. Could have gone the other side, could have hit it with power. Anyway, let's move on. High line, set piece, people running towards goal. Alright, so they did well to take it back. He hits it again. At this, okay, I cannot lie. When I was watching these highlights, this angle that they gave here, I don't know if it's because of the sun, but I couldn't really tell where the ball was going. And this is another one of those examples. He is not going to score from here. Likelihood is very low. It's very low. But what he does do from that shot, deflection, and guess what? It sets itself up perfectly. And because it's ping ball, whereby the ball has just been bouncing, lands to someone, he takes a shot, and the keeper, let's look at his movement, just for the sake of, let's see what happens as the shot is being taken. It's hit way too quick. Oh no. Alright. I just had a bit of a network problem, yeah. So the ball comes in, it gets cleared. He immediately shoots that ball. It does a bit of ricochet, and then he whacks it. Keeper had no chance. Keeper had no chance. It was uncontested. Middle of the shot came from the middle of the pitch, so it had he had either angle to choose from. Otherwise, keeper could do nothing, and to be honest, it's ping ball, so you can't really prepare for that, can you? Alright, so next chance of the game, ball is played wide, tons of space, he fakes it, and then he starts moving with the ball. At this point, everything is okay here, because a pass into here, flat, difficult. If it's an area ball, they can deal with it here. The only problem that might be there is him, very much unmarked. Number 64 could go a bit deeper, because he is in a perfect position to either help in dealing with the area ball or flat ball, or in case the ball gets played in this area here, where there's number 21, he can move to here and try to block him off. But otherwise, this is the main danger, but he's being put under pressure, so it's unlikely that he'll be able to see that in peace. Like here, this player does very well to force him, but here he has a lot of time. And not only that he has a lot of time, but he has very good technique. And he's confident taking that shot. He whips it out quick, and then he hits the post. And this is why it's so dangerous to allow people to shoot from there. It's not always that they'll score, but just imagine if that ball landed in front of someone, it would have been a goal. So maybe a bit of blocking down could have been done better, but he seems very comfortable taking shots from there. And he's unlucky not to score. And the defending team is fortunate it did not deflect onto, because at this point, imagine if the ball deflected to him. He would have had an open net to put the ball in. Alright. Cross deals with it. Now here, number 21 goes into that duel with fear. Because he could have jumped, instead he waits. And I think he knew that someone was going to jump, so I think this is he does have a bit of fear here. He doesn't go fully committed. He's hesitant, and then he's just relaxing himself. So he doesn't even attempt to go for the duel. He loses that duel, and then here, that's what leads to them conceding this goal. He fails to kick the ball out. Because if he kicks it out, they probably have to reset. But because it's a terrible clearance, it actually lands to the feet of the opponent. And what I like here is how they're patient. They don't try to turn shoot. No, they give it to the person who's in the best position to shoot. And these guys are, they're a bit deep. They're giving him the space, and at least he tries. It's just that he gets wrong-footed. He immediately goes to pressure. Wrong-footed, nothing much you can do there. But now the problem is everyone else is watching. Instead of helping him, they all watch him. Because if he went, he got beaten, there's no problem. If he was right behind him, he would have probably blocked that shot. But it's one of those, it's like some people are scared to get dribble past. It's normal to get dribble past. What's not normal is for you to allow someone to have a free shot and go. Immediately he went, he could have gone just for the sake of covering the space. He goes to where he was, he covers the space that he probably would have been able to go into. Maybe he gets a block. But let's not take away anything from this shot. Look at where it goes. Let's replay that one more time. Boom. You see, they wait for him. They wait for the teammate. He immediately reacts. He could have also immediately reacted just to crowd him out. But because he runs forward and then he doesn't, it creates this separation and enough space he needs to take the shot. And that's a lovely shot. It really is. And in this match, there are a lot of long shots. Shooting from, how can I say this, difficult angles. Yeah, but here, he loses that duel. He loses. And then the player fails to, clear it. And then the inevitable, that's a lovely hit. It's a lovely, lovely hit. Okay, let's go here. Once again, space into the wide area. But here, he plays it to his teammate. He runs. And because, you know what, let me play it back a bit. Alright, so it's wide, right? And then problem is this gigantic gap here. This is a very big gap. And then he's here. The reason why he's here is because the last time this player had the ball on his feet. He was running through the line, so he's put himself there in advance so as to avoid or be able to break that play up. Unfortunately, what he does is that he opens up the space in between these two players. And to be honest, he should probably just go here. Because if he goes here, yes, he'll be left in a lot of space, but they probably have enough people to deal with it. Because the space at this point is much more dangerous than a cross. Him running into this space uncontested is very dangerous. Because the way he runs into this space reminds me, the way he runs into the space and the way he takes the shot reminds me of the goal Nuno Mendes scored at the Euro. I can't believe I said Euros. I mean Nations League. And you have two players unmarked. Remember the first time? Remember that other long shot where the ball hit the post and then it went away from the player that was open? This time, goalkeeper saves it, but unfortunately it's in the path of the attacking players. And yeah. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Really was. And it's because, yeah, all the attention was to the other side. All the attention was to the other side. Maybe number 64 could have gone in between the two players, to split the difference, but it's one of those things. One of those things. All because the player there left that gap hoping to intercept the ball, and then the player that was on the wing could have come inside so that he forces the cross. Doesn't do that. So many openings, so many goals. I think that was the easiest goal scored. Now here is where problems are. Know when to let go. You are already struggling to reach to this ball. This guy is coming full pelt, and he is running that way. The best thing to do would be to play the ball into space so that he receives it, and then you free yourself up. Instead, what he does is that, and he even had someone in front of him. He could have played that ball in between the two players, and and then here, no one pressures him, and the momentum of that ball is one of those that allows him to hit it very hard. No one pressures him. They're all looking. They say, you know what? You try. And he scores a lovely goal. He really does. He scores a lovely, lovely, lovely goal. Because of him, he could have laid that ball off. There's so much. He wanted to keep possession of the ball. That's the problem. If he wanted to lay it off, he could have laid it off. And here, they allow him to have this free shot. Don't let people take shots from far. It's either it deflects, or it gets deflected, it gets blocked into the path of another attacker. Keeper drops it, it hits the post, or the person scores. But don't give people that amount of space. They're going to punish you. It's a really lovely strike. Posh. Otherwise, great game. This one was filled with a lot of fantastic goals from range. This type of goals that require a lot of, power, technique, placement, stuff like that. Very interesting game. Otherwise, that's been my match analysis for this match. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.